Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
And today we are reviewing Skylines.
Number 3.
There's an E, that's a 3.
Several years have now passed since otherworldly blue lights first descended from the sky. When a lethal new alien virus emerges, Military Commander General Radford warns that without action, pilots will revert to their unstoppable human hunting form. To save the Earth, superpowered human-alien hybrid Captain Rose Corley must lead a team of elite soldiers on a deadly mission beyond the far reaches of space to the alien planet known as Cobalt-1.
O'Donnell once again writes and directs this third part, although it's kind of not a third part because the second part was kind of started where the first film started, and it was like another story that continued, and nobody expected there to be a sequel from this film, and nobody expected the story to continue alongside. So everybody was like, well, we got a sequel, and then everybody was like, yes, we love it, and half of the people were like, we love it, and half of the other people were like, we don't love it. And so now we have a cult status for a franchise that people didn't expect to exist. Now, I'm a big fan of the second one. I'm a big fan of O'Donnell because I think he did a great job in giving us something that's just completely bonkers and fun. So what we saw in the second film was mech fights, fantastic martial art films, a horror, a father and son movie. We had all these genres thrust in there, and by the end we were like, I don't know what we've just watched, but it was brilliant. Brilliant in that this is complete escapism. So I feel like this film, the third one, is what we need for 2020. Because I'm done with the serious nonsense. I don't need that in 2020. I need some damn escapism, and this kind of ticks all the boxes.
Right. So I really liked, I had a few favourite characters, and one of them was Trent, the Rose's brother, who is in a pilot body, or is a pilot?
Yeah.
Was in a pilot's body?
I think his mind is
human,
in
a pilot body.
and the rest is like an exoskeleton suit mechanoid pilot body.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I really thought that he was great, and I thought that his the artwork, the art department that they did on the pilots and all of the aliens, really, I thought was fantastic. I really believed it.
So in the second film, there were over 1,500 visual effects, and so they worked a lot with the visualness. But I do like the sometimes really grounded it in like martial art fighting, and so when you get these special effects and grand, giant mechanoids or giant ships, we get all that in this one as well. But then they do that kind of martial artsness that we get as well. The thing that I thought was a little bit lacking, well not lacking, but the second one, it almost took itself too seriously. And when you have giant mechanoids, aliens, and amazing martial arts fighting, and you kind of jump from genre to genre, you need a bit of tongue-in-cheek, and that's where I found this one to really kind of, okay, we know what we are, we know what this franchise is, so now we're going to bring a bit of levity into the seriousness of what this is. And so your favorite character being Trent, I think, is exactly right, because Trent is the brother that likes to kind of do this to his sister, do the noogie. They have a great relationship, but he's also very funny. And so when they were on screen together, even though he's not speaking English and there's subtitles at the bottom, I thought it was brilliant. And so anytime the film was taking itself too seriously, there would be Trent with a line that was just like, okay, great. Like, this is not too serious. We understand what you're doing. A lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. So there was a new visual effect that I really appreciated, which I'm not going to give any spoilers, but you'll know it when you see it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I really enjoyed it.
Talking about that visual effect, this film does the same thing that number 2 did. With it has many genres. So I think you could class this film as a definite homage to Aliens, and Alien, and Pitch Black. And many other Alien films, and you take little bits of the stuff that there was just so much that reminded me of moments from those great films, and I felt like I didn't think it was stealing. I felt like they were doing their own thing, but they were paying homage to some of the greats. There were literally a couple of moments like, that's Aliens and that's Pitch Black, and I loved it because it was taking all my geeky nerdness from like, oh, hey, that reminds me of that. So much fun. There's also a few actors in here who'll be like, I don't think you're the best at acting, but now that I know that you're in this film, if I don't see a fight scene from you, I'm going to be pissed.
I thought the fight sequences were very believable. Possibly not the first one with the lead girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I didn't buy it. I guess without her special ability, she's just a girl.
I'm just a girl in an alien world. I'm the special girl.
She is a special girl.
She's a special girl.
Yeah, I mean, the fight scenes were really well choreographed, and I was really appreciative of the fact that they didn't do all shaky cam, so you can't actually tell what's happening.
You could see it.
You could actually see the fight happening, and that's really
There is a
good.
really great standout performance, fight sequence between a shortish person and a tallish person. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But it was very good. Choreographed really well, really believable, and would rival some of the best sequences you've seen out there. It was just good. You like when you watch it, you'd be like, this is really good. I don't know what else to say about it. You're good. The story's bonkers.
Is it?
Yeah, it's bonkers. The more and more I think about it, the more I love it because of the chances it's willing to take. Because at one stage, this film is one thing about aliens, and then it's like District 9 with aliens mingling with humans, and then it's it's an Independence Day film where we're gonna have to go to another thing and do the thing on the alien thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like pitch black, and then it's like betrayal, and you're like, what on earth are you? There's so much going on in this film. And so that's why I like the fact that they didn't take themselves too seriously, that it was written to be fun, complete escapism. I'm not gonna stand here and say this is the best film ever.
No.
Because it's not. But if you're watching this, the third film in this franchise, then you're on board.
Exactly.
You know what to expect. Yeah. You're just here watching this review, kind of hoping that it's on the same par or the same amazing adventure spirit that this film always had. Yes, it does all that. And there are also moments where you kind of go, oh, I didn't think I did. You kind of forget what they had in like other films. And you're like, oh, yes, I remember that now. There are moments like that. I think the last 20 minutes of this film, any kind of ums and ahs that you have during the bulk of the film. The last 20 minutes of this film make up for the majority of any slowness or character building or like, where are you going with this? What are you going to do? Because the last 20 minutes is action, surprises, big set pieces.
Yeah. I mean, there was one particular storyline that they kept cutting to that I wasn't really fussed by.
Yeah.
And it was like, are you filler? Are you just to remind us? Oh, yes, that's what's happening on Earth. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
there is that. And there is a death that I didn't care about the person.
Why not?
I don't know, because I'm sorry, I can't. I have no feelings for you, but I like the actor, so.
Yeah, we like the actor.
Yeah, I thought the actor's
so
excellent.
So we were sad for that.
We were sad for that, but I didn't know enough about the actor to
the character.
To care about his demise. I was just like, oh, okay.
Sad.
Sad.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. So, bearing in mind that this is a low-budget sci-fi film, I have to kind of give them a hand and say the visual effects are really good.
They are really
now, we
good.
watched a... because this is like... the filmmaker's like editing right to the deadline of when he's actually screening it at a film festival. I believe we're like one of 5 people to have actually seen this film.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, yes. But I know we've seen the film complete, but there's a few effects that they need to kind of
there were
finish up.
just not very many, just a couple here and there that I was like, needs a bit more texture.
Yeah, so we can't really judge it on that.
No.
But
what we did see that was definitely complete was pretty darn good.
It looks great. Like, I was thinking about some of the visual effects in films like the sequel to, what was it, Independence Day Resurrection. And I was trying to compare it in my mind to that. I was like, we've come a long way in visual effects, because if that's what you can do with a small-ish team sent, around the COVID time. I know they started work fairly soon on the script from in 2017 when he finished the second one. But I know that he's been doing a lot of work the last 8, 9, 10 months trying to get this, the visual effects is where a large majority of this film is gonna have needed work.
Yeah.
But I think it looks really great. It's not wetter, right?
Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, because he doesn't have millions, but what he has, it absolutely looks it.
It absolutely looks it.
It absolutely looks it.
Yeah.
Yes, it just looks so good. And I appreciate the effort. And also, until you've made a film, or a short film, you don't really know what goes into it. And so reviewers or film critics can stand up and say, yeah, but I didn't enjoy that part, or I didn't think your acting was great in that part, or I didn't think that the directing was. That's fine, you have your opinion, that's all good, but your opinion definitely changes when you've made a film.
Yeah.
Because you understand the amount of work, the hours and hours. We're not talking like 9 to 5 job here. We're talking maybe 10 to 15 hours a day easily, and for months. And then for film critics like me to go, I don't like this part. You'd be like, well, you do it then.
Yeah, exactly.
So knowing, we've both worked in the film industry, so we understand. So I appreciate every aspect, especially the art department and the set design.
Oh, so good. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, the costume work as well.
Yeah.
Where they've mixed CG to the actual physical costumes is great. So there's like a minute sequence at the end during the credits where you get to see some of the visual effects, some of what they had to go through, and you start understanding how much work was put into the making of this film. And I think that just helps you understand what it takes to make a film like this, especially action. Action with CG, with big sets on a limited budget. That's tough to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was well done, though.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I think there's going to be another one. I think there's going to be like Sharknado series. They're just going to keep going.
Well, it's better than Sharknado.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Well, is it though? Because Sharknado is like on a different plane, really.
Yeah, but Sharknado's CG is not actually that good.
No, it's terrible. But what I'm
it's
saying
meant
is,
to be terrible.
I'm saying is Sharknado is better than all films.
Oh,
It's
shut up.
It's on its own plane. It exists
in an alternate
universe where it is the best thing
universe,
ever. Yes,
yes.
exactly. Enough about Sharknado. So Skylines 3. Let us know, are you going to watch this? Are you a fan of the franchise? Who are you hoping that might make a return? Because you might have had a few favourites. Not going to do any spoilers. Let us know if you want us to do a spoiler review, and we will talk about some of our favourite moments. Thanks so much for watching this.
And you haven't given it a score.
Damn it.
Dude.
I don't know what to give this.
I'm giving it a B+.
I will give it a B.
Okay.
Thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.